Hello everyone, welcome to Economics by Vishan Arpata. So in today's video lecture, we'll be studying about the producer equilibrium previous year questions. So this was a question that was asked in 2012 June paper 2. The question is related with the two statement. One is assertion and other is reason. Assertion में the assertion is given as capital by labor ratio will adjust through time in the direction of equilibrium ratio. Reason is because जो technical coefficient of production है they are variable. So this is a correct statement कि जो दोनों assertion और reason दोनों correct है और reason जो है वो correct explanation भी है assertion का. ठीक है, so accordingly B is the correct option. Next question, this was a question that was asked in 2012 June paper 3. The question is producer will substitute capital for labor till he reaches that point of isoquant at which price of good he produces is equal to wage rate. Nahi, this is not a correct answer. Second, margin rate of technical substitution is equal to interest rate. This is also not a correct reason. C, margin rate of technical substitution is equal to margin revenue. वो भी सही नहीं है. D, margin rate of technical substitution is equal to the ratio of margin productivity of capital and labor. So D जो है that's the correct option. ठीक है. So next. This was a question that was asked in 2012 June paper 3. The question is given the production function, match the items जिसमें list 1 और list 2 है. So first is decreasing returns to scale, second is increasing returns to scale, third is output elasticities with respect to labor, and fourth is output elasticity with respect to capital. So decreasing returns to scale we can match with this third one कि दोनों का जो सबमिशन होगा दैट इज लेस देन 1. इंक्रीजिंग रिटर्न टू स्केल इट इज़ ग्रेटर देन 1. आउटपुट इलास्टिसिटी जो लेबर का होगा जो उसका रेस टू पार होगा मतलब जो उसकी डिग्री होगी दैट इज़ बीटा. सो बीटा इज़ अ करेक्ट ऑप्शन लेबर का, एंड कैपिटल का इज़ अल्फ़ा. सो दिस इज़ अल्फ़ा. सो अकॉर्डिंगली इसका जो आंसर होगा फर्स्ट इज़ थर्ड, एंड सेकेंड इज़ फर्स्ट, एंड third is fourth. Third is fourth, and fourth is second. So accordingly जो आपका आंसर बनेगा that is option A. ठीक है. So that is there कि increasing returns to scale, elasticity of labor will be beta, and for capital it will be alpha. ठीक है. Next question देखते हैं. Just a second. Yeah. So next question is, this was a question that was asked in 2012 December paper 2. For downward movement along the isocon, MRTS of labor per unit of capital is given by. किसने दिया है ये MRTS? So इसका जो आंसर है that is first option. dk by dl, negative of dk and dk by dl is the correct option. Next, this was a question that was asked in 2012 December paper 3. The question is, which of the following conditions specify the latest cost output combination, that is pk by pl by pk is equal to mrts, pl by pk is equal to marginal product of labor to marginal product of capital. Third is marginal product of capital to marginal product of labor is equal to dk by dl. ये all of the above. So इसका जो correct answer है that is all of the above is the correct answer. Next question, this was a question that was asked in 2013 June paper 3. The question is, an economic region of production consists of positively sloped portion of isocon, negatively sloped portion of isocon, the middle of all isocon, कि D the highest point of all the isocon. So जिसका correct answer है that is second, negatively sloped portion of all the isocon. With this concept we've already started in the previous video, which was related with the producer equilibrium, wherein we have studied about the economic region and uneconomic region and the ridge lines. So according to that concept, the negative portion of isocon is the economic region of the production. So accordingly B is the correct option. Next, elasticity of substitution is the substitution of cheaper input for dearer input, the rate at which input capital and labor are substituted, a measure of responsiveness of input ratio to change in input price ratio. These the measure of responsiveness of input price and the substitution of cheaper inputs. So इसका जो correct answer है that is measure responsiveness of input price to change in input price ratio. D is the correct option. Next question. This was a question that was asked in 2014 December paper 2. The question is law of diminishing returns begins to operate when marginal product begins to fall. So that's the correct option. D is the correct option. Next question. This was a question that was asked in 2017 July paper 3. The question is an adjoining diagram which of the line represent law of returns. सो इसमें लॉ ऑफ रिटर्न्स कौन सी लाइन डिपिक्ट करता है. सो इफ़ यू सी द BC जो है लेबर इस पे वेरिएबल फैक्टर है और कैपिटल जो है वो कांस्टेंट है. एंड इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट DE वहाँ पे कैपिटल जो है दैट्स द वेरिएबल फैक्टर एंड लेबर इज़ केप्ट कांस्टेंट. एंड इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट द OA जो है वो स्केल लाइन है जो कि मेजर करता है दोनों कैपिटल और लेबर को. सो अकॉर्डिंगली हमारा जो आंसर है दैट इज़ DE and BC. That's the law of return. जहाँ पे law of return basically tells you about what is the responsiveness of change in respective capital and labor to output. So accordingly हमारा जो आंसर है that is BE and BC. DE and BC. So both second and third is a correct option. Next question. This was a question that was asked in 2018 December paper 2. The question is an economic region of production consists of the highest point of all isocon, the negatively sloped portion of all isocon, the positively sloped portion of all isocon, or the middle of all isocon. So जिसका correct answer है that is negatively sloped portion of all the isocon, that is second. Next question. This was a question that was asked in 2019 June paper 2. The question is which of the following statements are true regarding Cobb-Douglas production function. It is long period production function, it is short period production function, it is based on increasing returns to scale. D, the production elasticities with respect to factor are constant. So जो इसका correct answer that is A and D, which is कि जो हमारा Cobb-Douglas production function है that is only relevant for long period production function and the output elasticity with respect to factor are constant. So A and D, that is B is the correct option. Next question. This was a question that was asked in 2019 December in which there are two statements that is given. One is assertion, another is reason. Assertion, we have the CES production function cover large scale of production function. Reason is CES production function has a property of consistency of elasticity of factor substitution. So in this both the statements are correct as well as the reason is also correct. So accordingly first जो है that's the correct option. So if you see the quantity wherein the CES production function is mentioned where Q is the total output, C जो है that is capital, L is labor, A is efficiency parameter which basically states की technology क्या है, state of technology क्या है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन क्या होता है. सो ये जो है ये बेसिकली शो करता है टेक्नोलॉजिकल या ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल चेंज एंड द एफिशिएंसी पैरामीटर लीड्स टू शिफ्ट इन द प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन अकॉर्डिंगली. एंड इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस अल्फ़ा जो होगा दैट इज़ अ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पैरामीटर या जिसे हम कैपिटल इंटेंसिटी फैक्टर कोएफिशिएंट भी बोल सकते हैं विच इज़ कंसर्न विद द रिलेटिव फैक्टर शेयर इन टोटल आउटपुट. एंड थीटा जो है यहाँ पे थीटा इज़ बेसिकली द सब्स्टिट्यूशन पैरामीटर विच बेसिकली डिटर्मिन्स द इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन और यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन ही है. सो आई होप आपको ये पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट विच इज़ ऑल रिलेटेड विद द प्रोडक्शन एंड द प्रोडक्शन इक्विलिब्रियम you must have understood as well as the previous year question that we have discussed. I hope सब कुछ समझ में आया होगा. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.